All right, Cyril, thank you very much. I was just doing a quick research on a few things, but it's fine. I'm going to do that whilst we have the conversation. Um, Now, this tragedy has befallen us as Ghanaians, devoid of party colors, affiliations, ethnicity, tribe, associations, teams, colors, whichever you belong to. Such tragic happenings brings us all together, or makes us realize or remember. We need to remind ourselves that at the end of the day, regardless opinions, interests, we are all Ghanaians. We have lost leaders. We have lost people that we put in power to watch over us. And that's why it's a big deal. And when we put leaders in people in positions such to watch over us, then that comes with expectations. And some of these expectations, when they are natural, occurrences, we can look beyond them, because at the end of the day it becomes natural. But when sometimes they could be avoided, then the conversations begin. And again, I say that's too early to call, because we have people mourning, and the president has issued a 3-day nationwide or national mourning for all of us to hold on and think through what has happened and share the pain with the affected. However, we all do understand that consistently, and this doesn't happen consistent, but example in road accidents, we always do talk about, the conditions of the vehicles, the road, the quality of the roads, the maintenance culture. We raise all these things, and these are concerns. Whether it was a natural occurrence, whether it was triggered by, human error, you name them. So we can't let such slide. Because if you do check sometimes, and we are not engineers to even determine at any point in time, but maybe we should start off the conversation about investments into our security agencies. And again, we said that the Ghana National Fire Service joined us here some time back. If you want to check, you can check our socials. Joined us some time back to talk about, the operations of the fire service, as well as educate us on fire hazards. It was a very interesting conversation. But of course, I'm sure Cyril and Lenny will bear with me or attest to this, that when such convos come up, sometimes you go and check, the number of people that talk about, just respond to these things. This is because it's not an exciting conversation, because it's not Shatawale who is maybe ranting over an issue, or it's not Stonebwoy who's posting something, or it's not Samini who is beefing someone, or it's not Mr. Drew and Dope Nation at loggerheads or something. You find less interest, because safety there, we are fine. But we were in here with Ghana National Fire Service, and we heard them talk about the fact that even their fire tenders, and until they educated us, and I'm also as ignorant as I am, I came to understand sometimes that we couldn't put the blame all on them. Why? Because the type of fire tenders they are using, the cost. Can we just check the cost of a fire tender? I don't know. If you can just Cyril, if you can help me with that, the cost of a fire tender. And I'm sure the price is not too far off something we can't afford. We can, because up until recently, that when new governments came in, they held on purchasing of new assets and vehicles and all of those things. But in times past, we have seen people come in, leaders come in, and there's a whole new, stretch of brand new vehicles and all of these things. And sometimes we even tease and say that, hey, if there's something, there's a breakout of maybe some unrest in the country, our security agencies are equipped enough to be able to. We always tease and say that we've watched other, that on social media, you see some people joke around with videos of, you see Chinese military, you see American military, that you see Nigerian military, you see Ghanaian military, and then you tease all those things because of perception. But even that, we may be wrong, because you don't have an idea what kind of training that they go through. But the physical human being might go through that physical training, but how equipped is he to, in a situation of an event of an unrest, to protect you? Some time back, I heard again, and I heard, please, so it can be true or not true, that in event of, let's say, an unrest in the country from external forces, because we don't have maybe all these F-14s and all these jet fighters and all these things, what do we do? And the person said to me that our nearest, maybe after the time that I was told, our nearest allies might be Nigeria, and that will take about some 20 to 30 minutes before those jet fighters will get here. I don't know, maybe because of ally ECOWAS.
45 minutes?
I mean, it's a commercial airline will take about 40 minutes from Nigeria to Ghana. Yeah, so maybe a jet fighter might go faster. So let's do about 25 minutes. Okay. But that's a long time ago when the person said that to me. You understand? So in an event of unrest, because we don't have such logistics, maybe time has passed. Maybe America and Ghana have some partnership. Maybe Ghana and some this have government partnership. ECOMOG. Hey, is ECOMOG still active?
I haven't heard ECOMOG in a while.
It's not some chair. I'd like if I responded.
It's been a while.
It's not like if I responded. You want to find out, so these conversations, and they say until you find yourself in the situation, then you understand how important it is for us to have done something about it. And how I wish, with air crash investigations, I mean, for those who probably know me personally, I'm always reading and learning about these things and going back and forth on my YouTube and reading so much about reasons why aircrafts come down, all those things. And there are new aircraft that have crashed. In fact, there was a Boeing recalled had a legal issue even after MH370. You remember, it vanished. It also vanished. Brand new terrible aircraft are even vanishing. How much more ones that were built somewhere, and they're about 27 years old. What am I saying? How much are we investing into our security agencies? How much? So that and again, things can happen, nature can cause, accidents happen, but some of these crafts are well equipped with the necessary sensors and you call them, all those things to avoid certain kinds of collision. The kind of vehicles we are importing, I know in some countries, for example, you can't import certain kinds of vehicles. I thought there was a point in time where they said you can't bring in a car that's about 20 years old. Yeah. I don't know how much that has been implemented.
I think it's from the previous.
But this morning on the N1, and now let me localize it on the N1, on your way to 3 Museum on the N1 stretch. There was this, I'm sure this bus was made, maybe, if I'm not estimating, maybe before Kwame Nkrumah took independence. I'm sure that's when the bus was was modeled. It was on the road, packed and filled up with a lot of things at the top. Then you ask again. I even saw how did that vehicle get roadworthy again?
I saw a truck that was leaned to one side. I think it was yesterday when I was heading to work. It's literally like on the side of the road as half and half, It's a chair and a back.
And
those cars also have roadworthy. And it's just so crazy.
And of course, we are not a nation that is, I don't know, maybe we have investments into the security agencies and their logistics. I don't know. I can't speak to it. But from what we see and hear, when you hear some of these officers talking, you found something, talking about logistics and equipment and stuff, sometimes it's sad. Because in other countries, you hear the military, like you go into military in other countries, people die to become to join British Army, and they want to become the part of the American Army. Good morning to Osei Bebe, one of our very good industry friends who exited the Ghana media industry many years back, probably some 10, 15 years back, and then recently pictures surfaced and he's now in the US Army. And you can see the pride that comes with he carried on his heart when he was wearing his uniform and being in his graduation and all of those things. Yes, people yearn to join that. We see even that similarly here. Recently, our brother Eric Tosca also joined the Ghana, I think,
police?
The police service. Yes, there is some pride that comes with it. However, this is information that's been put in here. So Ghana has not procured, up on the screen, any new fire tender trucks in nearly a decade, according to recent statement by Minister Designate and Interior Muntaka Mohamed Mubarak during his vetting in the January 2025. The vetting, the newest fire tender in Ghana is 15 years old. Out of 247 fire tenders, 48 are currently out of commission due to faults and aging equipment. There are no confirmed timelines for new acquisitions, though discussions are ongoing with the Finance Ministry to retool the service. Let me go back to that statement again. Be it true or not, the newest fire tender in Ghana, the Ghana National Fire Service, in the fleet, is 15 years old.
That's so old.
2010 model.
Which could have been used.
Even fire has upgraded. Out of the 247 that is currently existing, 48 are offline due to faults and aging of equipment. There are no confirmed timelines for new acquisitions, though the discussions are ongoing with the Ministry of Finance. This long procurement gap has left the Ghana National Fire Service struggling with obsolete equipment, affecting their inability to respond effectively to emergencies. They are part of the emergency services, but I'll just use them as an example. And again, there I talk about the military and what they have available. But I'm sure if a president came in and was maybe President Mahama wanted to buy a helipad or a helicopter that would be easy to commute to certain places quickly, I'm sure to turn a political conversation, wouldn't it?
It will.
And why do we have hunger in this region and then we are not buying? We are going to buy a helicopter to transfer military, not military, what do you call it? Ministers and presidents to other places.
And they'll even add.
But when you come there, the whole nation they mourn.
They'll add that we don't even use it every day.
Yes.
So.
Because I don't think that helicopter is to transport people, or it's for military, right?
There's a lady who did a breakdown of what the details are.
And I wanted to touch on it, but I just said maybe by morning. So the Z8, I mean, the Z9, Z9.
Yeah.
I've sent quite a few things to production. I
the
think
Z9
it's a total of 3 slides.
in various, countries that have purchased have shared issues with regards to crashes and all these things. It's just painful to discuss it. But again, like I say, it's a wake-up call. 15 years, fire tender. Charlie? I don't know.
Even the fires have advanced in the last.
I said the
That's
fires itself has been learned how to burn different in the past 15 years because new material, new way to burn, Abby. And you know when they said the fire tenders have got a certain the gallons that it can take, the tanks. Yes, they might run out.
This is just an unfortunate occurrence and really sad.
The presidential jet, I heard there were issues with it, and it's not fit to fly. But we'll probably wait. There's more. I don't know the model of the aircraft that probably crashed. That we can't tell. I don't know yet. But the Z9 have got a fleet, quite a range. But I think this one speaks to what we have. I don't know. It's for troop transport, medical evacuation, VIP travel, boom. Search and rescue, 8 to 10 passengers. Well, yeah.
And there are a list of other countries as well who have had planes crashing. This Z9 plane crashing. So it's just a really sad thing for this to have happened, even including China, right? For the list of countries as well. China is on there. There's Cambodia, there's Namibia, there's Mali. Like, this is not the first. So it's also probably like a factory thing or a manufacturer thing that they need to possibly pay attention to, because it can't be happening over and over and over again like this.
Have you seen the Ghana Navy and the fleet of things they have? Have you had a chance to see?
No. Are we even allowed to see that? That's the thing. Are we allowed
there are security issues around
some of them. So
but I think
some are there. Some too are there. They're there.
Once you carry government officials, it's a thin line between security protocols and public accessibility, because if this was publicized that these people are going to be on a helicopter also, that's a security lapse. Another issue, you know. But I think that's why, no matter whatever the service is, once there's maintenance and there's that consistent upgrading of the technology and the machinery used in these security services, we would have less tragedies and less incidents like this. A lot of people don't understand why things like national security and the army and the military and the police and the fire service, especially in the States and in Europe, have such massive security budgets or massive budgets towards security services.
Yeah.
If you take it as, oh, we don't go to war in Ghana, so why are we always upgrading military? This is the kind of narrative that we have, and this is the kind of effect you have. It's not that there's war. It's not the day war breaks out that you will now be calling the showroom that, yeah, we need 10 helicopters, war has broken out. The purpose of security services is preemptive. And in that preemptive nature, expenditure will also be preemptive. So that's a mindset that we have to get conditioned. It's not when the fire is happening that fire service track. That's the silliness that has plagued us, why we would search for 10 years, 15 years. And, you know, even cars, individuals, we don't want to drive 15-year-old cars.
Here we do.
Which are just, oh yes, but I mean, it's just poverty. That's an economic issue. Ideally, I don't think anybody who can afford in Ghana would love to drive a 15-year-old car. But we drive it because we can afford better, not because anybody's choosing it. You get what I'm saying? But for a security service that is necessary, where the fire could be kafra, could be at the residence of Ghana's poorest citizen or at the residence of Ghana's richest citizen. The fire could be at the president's house.
Tender that will take care of it.
It's the same tender.
Same tender.
It's not going to happen. You know, when you call 191, they're not going to ask you on the hotline, and a man just saying they're not going to do any of that. It's fire service and it comes, you know.
Same.
So we need to make sure that it's just like our hospital and everything. But the moment we have a stratified emergency response mindset, that when it's a poor person dying,
and so just so that you are covered with this, who passed on in a helicopter accident in the basketball player? What's his name?
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. So please, accidents happen.
And 8 others.
Brand new terrible aircraft. The Access Bank CEO as well. Was it the Access Bank?
Yes.
Also a helicopter, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So accidents happen. So
child, I think.
Yeah.
Accidents happen,
Family.
and that's I said in the beginning that accidents are accidents.
I mean, I think
terrible or old or accidents happen. So. But
when Vice President Emisa Arthur was he playing tennis?
Yeah, playing after gym or something. He went to gym. Yeah,
I think they were. I was alleged. I don't know if he was carried in the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, something
of the sort, something silly. You know, we are talking about cocoa sacks today, but back in the day, I think. I mean, there's allegations, so don't hold it against me. What I heard. And what was on the press on some platforms was that
he was conveyed.
He was conveyed and rushed out in the back of a pickup truck because it was impossible for ambulance to reach, and you know, and that's the vice president. You
teleport.
Wazu. And you know,
yes, second.
Look, and I say this every day, and Ghana police should come and pick me, and I also explain myself that when my daughter had an accident in the house and we had to rush. I had to drive in oncoming from AMA back there, Kimbu.
Yeah, Kimbu. Yeah.
Through the old AMA building, all the way, finding my way there, through Jamestown, the Lighthouse Road.
To Kolebu,
I foreclose my eye and enter. Or as I'm talking to you now, my daughter would be blind. So that's why when I get like some of the things they over me. I called, not that I didn't call ambulance. I called ambulance.
Story.
Oh, was like the girl, like different thing happened us. And the insensitivity. When I was blowing horn trying to make my way, I don't go when you ask them. I call my wife and ask her. This is Ghanaians. when my hazards were on, and you could visibly see a mother crying with a baby, and all sorts of mess.
I beg, this is not even
You see-
emergency,
you
but let me
see,
tell you something
with
that
this
happened
case-
recently.
Like,
with
I
this
don't want
case-
to. I don't want to put the school on blast.
But with this case as well, Jay,
we
just
walked
quickly,
into a certain.
you
school.
see what
You finish.
You see what Cyril is saying.
Yes.
It's also because there are some unscrupulous people who
Who
have
abuse
taken
it.
advantage of the fact that there's traffic, and so they can't wait in the traffic, and they'll use oncoming. And then people will realize that there's no reason for you to use oncoming. It's because of these little
Do you
things
know
that for
gradually
those
that
who are
people are
actually
starting to
affected
ignore
with this
sirens, like
are not paid
because of what
attention
has
to.
happened. Like you're
Yes,
saying, people now
yes.
start when you see a V8 with a siren cry, you don't want to give the person.
Yes, sometimes
space.
you are vexed.
feel
Then you don't even know where
if-
they are
is it true?
going.
Because you see some driver, only one driver inside, and he just using
Yes,
a siren,
yes.
because he's got a siren, and talking about being responsive to things. For example, this is a bit away from the conversation, but I don't want to put the school on blast. And that day I said if I had videoed it and I put it out on socials, I'm sure by this morning, like by today or by now, the school would have been shut down. There was a rat, big rat, in the what you call it, the kitchen, or not the kitchen, the bar area of what do you call it,
A restaurant?
the restaurant at the place. I don't want to put a school.
Well,
but
is
at the
that where
place.
we went to the last time?
I'm coming through. I
said
didn't see
there's a
anything.
school.
You two are going there. Is that where we went to? You didn't go anywhere the last time. I beg you.
You did say it's a school?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
school. That's the closest clue I'd give to.
Okay.
And there was a rat. The rat, I should say the rat be this size. Oh. Big rat.
So did
walking
you
on the
watch
bar.
it?
There was somebody at the bar. So when I got there and I saw the rat, then I called the attendants or whatever, the waiters or whatever. That listen, can you see what's there? Like, yo, shut this place down like now. Can you call your boss or something? Lady watched me and sat down. So for a second I thought maybe she doesn't speak English. So I changed to tree, and then she entered some kitchen bill and she didn't come back again. So I was charging my laptop. So I went to sit down and I just plugged my laptop and I was sitting there watching the rat. So me and the rat. The rat watched me some. I watched the rat small. I watched the rat watched me. So we did then the lady came back and sat down. And then her friend came to join her. A friend or a worker, I don't know. And I said, excuse me, there's a rat at your bar. They didn't say anything, just did and they sat down. So I thought maybe have you watched this movie Ghost? It's an old movie, Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, you thought you were invisible?
I thought maybe I was invisible. Maybe they couldn't see me. I thought maybe God forbid I had died and then maybe I was a ghost. So when my laptop was charging enough, the rat was still watching me and I was still watching the rat. So I went outside and I was calling I beg you guys. I called some
You
of
said
our
you won't
colleagues
mention the
to
school.
come
off
and
air.
see the rat. To come and see the rat. I don't know how
tell
you want to
you
answer
off
you when
air.
there's a camera. Seriously, when there's a camera in my
but
face,
not. I didn't say mention. Not
the whole Ghana.
not. I mentioned it.
He will tell you.
No, not. I want to
You know after the conversation.
Zero. Just he didn't necessarily. Just when. So
It
I
be
went
them.
to the ladies. I'm
be
coming.
them.
I'm coming. I went
Let
to the
him tell
ladies.
the story.
Then I
Hey,
said,
it's
ladies,
real.
please, there's a rat at the bar. Oh. Then again, they just did
It be them.
Then I understood that maybe then the rats are parties.
Or there's also a possibility
So I
that
took my
they've
laptop.
mentioned this rat
And I
situation
walked
to
out.
the owner so much so that the owner has also not done
Please.
anything about it.
It be them.
It be them. Whoever be them, no be them. Please. We ourselves. So you see what I was saying, that in the coming days,
No, but
this
is it the place I
tragedy?
mentioned?
I think so.
Oh, no,
this
no,
tragedy.
Cyril,
I'm not going to respond
Get
to
off
it
it.
when there's a camera on my face.
But I'm not. Nobody can see what the name I'm mentioning
Yeah.
to you. So just give me a yes or no.
I can't hear what you are saying. I can't hear you are saying. No, none of that. Inabushi, I'm saying Inabushi. Rats. And there was no Siri. I said no.
why can't Cyril just wait
Wait.
till 7 minutes when the show is done? You're behaving like a toddler who
No,
knows
it's not
something
that.
like
I want.
right
So
now.
let me. I want to mention it. If he doesn't want to mention it, I want to mention it because
But you
when
were not
Tasty
there.
yeah, but that's what I'm asking. You see, when Tasty Tom had an issue, and it was an issue of public safety, right? Their logo, their name, videos, and a statement, FDA, all that was put there.
Yeah, but he's decided not to mention
in
it.
the interest of public safety. in the interest of public safety,
No.
Jay Foley does it.
No.
Oh, listen. Oh, Charlie. No, okay, no problem.
Because we sometimes come here and say that you don't want
Charlie,
to mention
maybe
a brand or
yes,
you don't want
because-
to mention something. And
Because
it's fair.
because that is a no. In a subjective context where it is an issue of preference.
Dying to know.
Listen,
Who is it?
Lenny, no, please.
Okay, I'm lying.
We are the media. Okay, if you are
Okay, he
lying,
said
that's
he's lying. Okay, that's all.
You see, in an issue of public safety, you mention
Why
it.
you the job rat?
You mention it to protect the masses. Me, it could be my sister, it could be your sister, family member who go and eat that rat restaurant place. I would rather put everything aside and mention it and move people away from there
First-
and provoke the provoke the
Excellent.
provoke the management who has ignored that girl, that person you are talking about. See, we are laughing about it too.
But if you
told-
there are two things
know
I'm
what?
laughing at. They are different. No,
It's fine.
I'm not laughing at your opinion. I'm laughing at your bar.
provoke.
You don't.
That's
You are
what
not
we
going
are
to run away
laughing
from the bar. When I was talking,
I am not running away
I
from
said
the bar.
was,
You can deal with the bar.
Security. Yeah, you stopped me to finish my bar I didn't do. No, so I'm holding on to that. And like I'm saying, that talking about the response, it was sad.
I challenge you not to hold on to it because,
Yes.
like I said, when
you are holding to it.
larger brands
You have a
have
fair point.
any discrepancy in
But-
the quality of the service they offer the general public,
But the first
we call them out
No,
and
but
hold
the
them
first
accountable.
call was FDA.
Once this is
It was FDA.
Yes, but no, Jay.
that took the initiative
You see,
and the action.
again-
So what I have to do is to report to the authorities and handle it.
You already did that. You told us
that-
the authority ignored. The lady
No,
there's
no.
He's saying
So
the
that report to the
regulatory
authority
bodies, a
and then-
regulatory body.
Yes, a regulatory body, and let it then other than do the right thing. That'll be the right thing for me. Than put it on blast on socials because I didn't
agree.
draw the authorities' attention to it.
If you had
Yes.
done that, then you can now come and sit on TV and
That's
say
after
this and
this
this
number
and
of
this
days,
is what you did.
nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And I still
Then
feel
that
like
is granted.
Yes,
But
yes.
until then,
Yes.
I think that he also reserves that right to say, I don't want to put them out, or I don't want to put them out
But
now.
what I can tell you that he hasn't bought food from that place yet. If he buys our
And he probably never will.
No, he will never will. He will
No,
never
then
do
I
that.
definitely know the place.
He doesn't. He will never buy food from there. He has never bought. He has no business in there. In his line of part, in his everyday, I can guarantee that he has no. But anyway, bringing it aside from that argument or that banter we're having, it comes back to us and like what she was saying, us, and how we treat ourselves, what we prioritize. Do we love Ghana? You know, do you love Ghana?
Question for the gods.